Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Headbanger's Closet. Appreciate all you guys watching. This week's episode, it's story time. I can tell you guys a story of my most prized possession in my collection and a little bit of how I came to get it. So, we're not going to waste anyone's time. We're going to get right into it. My most prized possession, well, possessions, is two items, but they're linked. I'll tell you how it happened. So anyway, this is a 1998 original Justice for All t-shirt signed by Laura Zorick, James Hetfield, Kirk Hammett, and Jason Newsted. You might notice a blue goatee on Jason Newsted. That was not there when he signed it. I'll tell you how that happened as well. The second item is an autographed photo of my daughter and I opening up the Justice box set, signed by Lars, Kirk, and Robert Trujillo. I'll tell you how I got that as well. So, if you've been watching this channel, you know I'm a huge Metallica fan. Right? And I'm not just a big metal fan. I've got tons of stuff, Motley Crue, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, Megadeth. But I'm number one, Metallica. They're my favorite band, and the reason I started the channel, I've got way more Metallica stuff than any other band. I got into them in '87 during the Garage Days, or when the Garage Days EP came out. But it wasn't until Justice came out that was a game changer for me. Instantly fell in love with it, and I became a fanatic. So much of a fanatic, I have now seen them, it's either 70 or 71 times. I don't really remember the exact number. The last two were the September 2019 S&M shows in San Francisco. But I racked up most of the shows that I've seen, the number that is, in the 90s. Black Album came out, I was in high school, saw them a handful of times in the area. That summer 94, I graduated high school in June of 94. Saw a bunch of shows that summer tour. But when Load came out, I was in college at URI. Took a week and a half off of school, followed them down the East Coast. Summer 1998, when Reload came out, kind of did the same thing. I was in college still, but working a summer job. Took a week's vacation, followed them around, saw them a handful of times. But we're just going to talk about a couple of shows that this episode kind of revolves around. So, 1996, 97, they come out on the Pour Touring Me Load tour. So, like I said, took a week and a half or so off of school at URI, followed them around. I kind of got to know some other Metallica fan club members, became friends with them. One of the guys knew the guy Nicholas, which was the photographer for the website, met on tour. So he's like, look, you guys are at these shows, do you want to come in early and give out Metallica fan club brochures to everybody, and we'll give you a backstage pass for after the show. I'm like, well, hell yeah. So we go in the venues, and I did this 4 or 5 times on that tour. I did it at Boston, the 2 shows in Boston, Providence, and Hartford. So 4 times on the show, on the tour rather. So anyway, we go in early, we hand out when the crowd comes in, we hand out the pamphlets, and then we go back to this table, and he gives us the passes. Meet here after the show, we'll take you down. So did that. In Providence, Rhode Island, I was able to bring a couple extra friends of mine from URI, and one of them took this photo of me and Jason Newsted. There's got my URI baseball cap on. My buddy Vinny right there, and the big guy in the white t-shirt, short sleeve t-shirt. So there I am, meeting Jason. Super cool dude. He was always the only one that come out at those after show, meet and greets. But he was always super cool. Wanted to know, jokes. I remember that. He's like, tell me what jokes have you heard. So we would always tell him, jokes. This was the pamphlet that we would give out, and he signed it. Jason, 1990 or 97, so super cool. Fast forward a couple of years. It's summertime, 1998. They're in the middle of the Reload tour, playing outdoor amphitheaters. It's got the lawn on one side, and then the covered seating on the close to the stage. So they played 2 shows in Mansfield, Massachusetts, at a place called Great Woods, right down the street from where I lived. I went both of those shows. Obviously, went to 4 more shows on that tour. But these 2 shows, I was like, I probably can do a meet and greet. Well, I didn't win any meet and greets at the little raffle before the shows, but my local Massachusetts Sanitarium local chapter of the Metallica fan club, chapter head Lorraine, won 2. So she gave me her +1. Here it is right here. Here's the pass. So we go in. This is a pre-show, as you can see. It was before the show started. Kirk never came out because at that time he was doing his yoga, and Lars was doing whatever Lars does before the shows. So Jason and James come out, and they come out like a couple minutes apart. So in the beginning, there's a pretty good gap. By the time they got to me towards the end of the line, they were right there with me. So there's me and Jason again. There's little Brett right there, tiny little skinny little nerdy guy. Jason comes by, signs something. Okay, look at the pen. Right? He signs something. He starts talking to the guy next to me, and it's kind of delaying him moving on. So James is coming around, and my good buddy Steve is on my right. The girl in this video is Lorraine. She's on my left. So my good buddy Steve's on my right, and James comes around. I'm like, okay, don't say anything stupid. Don't say anything stupid. You know, and Jason's still talking to this guy, like one or two people, you know, next to me. So James is coming around. I'm like, okay, don't say something stupid. Don't say something stupid. And he's a pretty big guy. He comes up to me, and I'm like, I like your shirt. You know, I'm like just looking up, and I'm like, I like your shirt. And I was like thinking, oh, Jesus Christ. James Hetfield comes up to me, and I say, the first thing I can get out of my mouth is, I like your shirt. But it was kind of cool. It was a nice, funny little icebreaker. He's like, thanks, man. Shook my hand, started talking to me for a second. Before he signs anything for me, I hand him the shirt, rather. But before he signs, he goes, something's missing. Grabs Jason's pen from him and colors in the goatee. Because at the time, Jason had a goatee on his face. You can kind of sort of see it in the photo right there. And Jason laughed, kind of like he knew maybe that might happen, or he's done that before. So Jason laughed, and then James and his pen signed right there. James Hetfield, right there. So I get the autographed shirt. I got Jason and James on it. I'm stoked. The show was amazing. I think me and Lorraine sat next to each other. We were maybe like 5 or 6 rows up, right center stage. It was awesome. Fast forward, Summer Sanitariums, 2001, 2003, nothing. Madly in Anger with the World Tour, no meet and greets. Death Magnetic, no meet and greets. All the one-off shows, your Big Four, your Orion festivals, the Minnesota show, the Hardwired promo tour stuff. All that stuff, nothing. The night before, the Super Bowl show, nothing. No meet and greets, didn't win anything. 2017, Hardwired Summer Tour, nothing. 2018-19, U.S. Arena Tour for Hardwired, I finally won a meet and greet. Birmingham, Alabama, January 2019. There's a picture of my wrist inside the Legacy Arena in Birmingham in the lobby. That's my meet and greet wristband right there. So they lead us down, and it's the exact same room where the Hardwired experience, like where you pay the money and you get to meet all 4 guys in the band. You get a signed set list as well as signing whatever they bring. Whatever you bring, they'll sign for you. So I got my photo taken in front of the backdrop for that. So there's me in my battle vest, trying to look cool in front of that backdrop. So, first guy to come in is Robert. Now, you give your phone to the security guy, and when they're next to you, you hand them the phone. One dude will hold it. When the guy comes to you, the security guy will take the photos for you. They did that for everybody. So, my phone was always in the hand of somebody else. So, here's a picture of Robert and I. And then here's him signing the picture of my daughter and I. So let's just tell you the quick story about that photo. So when I got the meet and greet, I knew I was going to bring the t-shirt because I was like, I know Lars and Kirk are probably going to be there. I get them to fill it out. But what do I get for Rob? And then for the second thing, to Kirk and Lars to sign. And my friend's like, well, they sign thousands of records, CDs, magazines, whatever, t-shirts, but bring something that's kind of cool. Well, my daughter thought Doris, Lady Justice Doris, was super cool. I got the bobblehead Doris behind me. She's got her own in her bedroom next door. She thinks Doris is super cool. There's a law firm billboard on Interstate 85 going to Atlanta from my house where it's the Lady Justice on that billboard. She's always like, Daddy, Daddy, there's Doris. So she loved Doris. So when the Justice box set came in, I let her open it with me and check out the records and look at all the different pictures of Doris. And my wife got the photo of us. So there's the photo. And I was like, okay, I'll get that from my phone. I'll print it out to an 8x10 and have the guys sign it. So that's what they all signed, in addition to the shirt, minus Rob, obviously. So the next guy to come in, and Rob asked what her name was and, stuff like that. But the next guy to come in was Kirk. And most everybody had like a comic book or something to give him. And he seemed appreciative. But I showed him the picture. There he is looking at the picture, and then there's the t-shirt in my hand there. he sees the picture. He asks, what's her name and how old is she? And he says, what's her favorite Metallica song? I was like, well, you'd be surprised to know it's not Nothing Else Matters. It's Seek and Destroy. And I really wanted to get my phone back from the security guard because right at the top of my photo roll was a video of my daughter dancing to Seek and Destroy and doing the air guitar to his solo. But the security guard had the phone. So there he is right there. And there's me and Kirk right there. Oh. So he signs the photo of my daughter, and then I hand him the t-shirt. And he opens up, it's folded, so he opens up the shirt and signs it on the back. That's the back of the shirt. There's his signature right there. And I was like, I can't let this go. I can't just be silent. I was like, Kirk, do you mind signing on the front? I already got James and Jason. He opens it up and goes, holy shit, those are two signatures that are impossible to get these days. Because Jason was no longer in the band, and James wasn't doing regular meet and greets, only the paying hardwired experience meet and greets. So he's like, oh yeah, so he signs it right there on his face. Kirk Hammett. So I'm stoked. I got 3 pieces of the puzzle. I know Lars is coming in next in a few minutes. I'm super excited. But I'm also super nervous. I was nervous for all of them, and then when you start talking to them, you kind of lose a little bit of the nervousness, but you're still a little nervous. Lars comes in and instantly makes everybody feel at ease. Makes us feel comfortable like we've been best friends for years. I was at the end of the line, so when he came to me, I got to spend a little bit more time with him than everybody else. I got about 5 to 7 minutes with him, which was, I mean, that's a really long time. Usually get like 2 minutes and then they're gone. So here he is looking at the photo of my daughter. He asks what her name is. He asks how old she is, and if she liked Metallica. I said, yep. Told him the story about Lady Justice and Doris. He signs it, and then there he goes. He writes to Hadley. He signs her name right there. So that's awesome. So there's a picture of us right there, me and Lars. There's me handing him the shirt, and as you can see, I also have a Justice era Short of Straw t-shirt on. So he's like, I sense a theme with you in Justice. I was like, yeah, it's my favorite album. That's where I got into you guys. And he asked how many times you've seen the band. I told him. He's like, holy cow, But super cool guy. Super appreciative of us being there as fans. Just, like I said, down to earth. Probably the nicest celebrity I've ever met. And it's really awesome when your heroes turn out to be really cool guys. So there he is signing the t-shirt, which he was the only one that didn't sign it on his face. He signed up here, Lars 2019. So there it is. I bought this shirt at the mall in 1988. And I got all 4 guys to sign it. The original guys in the band when I started online with the band. Honestly, after the 98 tour, and then I didn't do win a meet and greet during the Madly and Angry with the World St. Anger tour, I kind of thought it wasn't ever going to happen. I wasn't going to get all 4 guys' signature on my shirt. But fate intervened, I guess you could say. It worked out, and I got it. Everyone, all my Metallica fan club buddies, that we were actually on a trip, seeing like 4 or 5 shows that leg of that tour, were super excited for me and happy for me. It was just really, really awesome, and that's how I got the shirt, my most prized possession in my collection. That's my story. Hope you like it. Hope you sat through 13 and a half minutes, almost 14 minutes of this. But leave me a comment below. Have you ever met Metallica? Have you ever met anybody in one of your favorite bands? Leave me a comment below. Let me know who it was, how it went. Hit that like and subscribe. Go find me on Instagram, Headbangers Closet. And until next time, guys, cheers.